Crypto vlog. Holy crap, we went 2 days without a vlog. I'm sorry I didn't go out. I was stuck underwater in a trade. You would have got a vlog if I went out of that stupid trade. It was Phantom, okay? Phantom, Andre, the curse. I don't know how people cause you to lose money from the grave, but he did. It's a weird thing in crypto. You can lose money just because someone says boo or sell or buy or whatever they say, or it's gonna be or they quote Psalms or some random Bible passage. People lose money. It's crazy, right? Literally anything can make you lose money in crypto. At the same time, you can make money in a bull market with anything. Anyway, otherwise you got to work hard. So the date, November 7th, 2022, the year of our crypto lords. So we got to talk about, you know what we got to talk about. We got to talk about the FTT and Sol drama. First of all, Google Cloud partnership with Sol. Normally, these tweets, they don't pump much at all, but because the market's so bullish, Google Cloud sent it a good 10%. Then it retraced, of course, and it ended up going down 5% or so, or actually 10% from that point, because the FTT is FTX on Binance. It's actually called FTX token, even though the symbol is FTT. And there was a lot of rumors about their leaked balance sheet, saying their coins are liquid, blah, blah, blah. Of course, I kept saying, they probably have billions in USD. Okay, just because you see how much coin holdings, you think their entire net worth is USD? You think they have billions in outstanding loans to firms like Celsius? They actually borrowed from Celsius, didn't they? Talking about Alameda. So Alameda is supposed to be a separate corporation from FTX. FTX is the exchange, and Alameda originally was tied to FTX. It was founded by Sam Bankman-Fried and Sam Trabucco. But then Sam backed out. He said he doesn't want a conflict of interest. Look at this rock. It came tumbling down from the hills to the right. And then Sam Trabucco stepped down. So now the CEO of Alameda is Caroline. I forgot her last name. Caroline Wilkes or something. Wilkies. So you had to be following her to know when she was going to step up, and then so FTT started crashing from 25.50 to 25.70 all the way to 22. And Caroline comes in, tweets, sends it back to 26. We're actually bounced around 22.50. Satoshi Flipper tweeted. Dark crypto lady tweeted and said, all right, now's a good time. The FUD's dissipated. And Caroline comes in and tweets in the botters, the people on their news feeds and scripts, like Gift Trades, other members of Stanford Dow, Zeus, whoever else is in the Vulture Trades. So they sent it right away, but people bought that top wick at 26, and it immediately retraced from 26 down to about 24, and then all of a sudden here comes CZ. He's liking the tweets on the balance sheet.
Is there fire here?
Where? The CZ is liking those tweets, and it sends it And then he says, we've decided to liquidate our FTT holdings based on our decision not to engage in risky coin operations or crypto operations since Do Kwon made them extra alert. So that sent the price from 26 to about 20, or from 24, it had already dipped, retraced to 21.50. So the range traders, regardless of regardless of NA, were the big winners. And there was a lot of money to be made if you could anticipate the news tweets coming when it was coming. If you had enough liquidity, risk, and margin in your account where you wouldn't get liquidated, you wouldn't be underwater for too long. And it all came on the same day. It just blew up. A lot of times in crypto, it does that. And then today, price is around 22. And SBF finally stepped in because there were rumors that caused $1 billion or so to be withdrawn from, I don't know the exact amount, from FTX. They kept having to move all these funds. They're like, why is Alameda moving funds if it's the FTX exchange and they're separate entities, right? Why is Alameda moving funds? A little poop?
It's a heart.
Oh, okay. So a lot of questions are raised. Withdrawals were delayed. You saw transactions where traders were withdrawing millions of dollars in a single transaction from FTX. So it's all on the blockchain. If you don't know about on-chain analysis, you should get into that. Really helpful for making money. Although news trading is the easiest way to go right now. But you'll probably lose money initially. Be prepared to lose money until your setup's right. Stanford DAO is going to take all your money until you're up there, until you've tested your scripts. Remember, repetition, being able to take the losses on the chin and keep going. Another shout out for Ikata for being there under the radar. He hardly gets mentioned in shoutouts, but he's involved a lot in Stanford DAO. So, then finally, since SBF wasn't the CEO of Alameda, he didn't have to address the situation yet. And then today, with all the FUD, all the massive, over $1 billion in withdrawals, net withdrawals, which is deposits minus withdrawals. So over $1 billion in net withdrawals were caused the panic. So he stepped up and said, hey, look, there's rumors from our competitors saying we're insolvent are not true, and it's just going to take a little bit of time to send money from the bank. Those clouds, which are made up of water molecules, are sort of flying. Of course, air and water molecules. Hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. So usually you see a lot of clouds when it's raining. We're getting ready to rain. A lot of dark clouds. Those are the cumulonimbus clouds, the thunder clouds, lightning. Obviously, the lightning is the clouds. The particles, charged particles in the air that meet the ground. So SBF stepped up and it caused the price to pump from like 22 to 23.50. So we're back. Like that, we're back. Glad the price dipped again. I think it's around 23. So that's the whole scenario. Sorry for wasting your times, but News traders made money. Stanford Dow made money. And other people made money. So congrats on the shifting climate. So we had Bitcoin at 20.7. So this was the big day. Tomorrow's the midterms. I said they would pump the markets. Now it looks like they're just trying to hold flat. The S&P 500 is holding flat. About neutral on the day, 36.70. I mean 37.60. What else? What else we got here? There's a lot of like narration in this vlog. The tips and tricks. Work on your scripts. Work on your bots. Don't be afraid to take losses initially. Small losses. Okay, you don't want big losses. And be ready. You have everything ready, and it helps to work as a team. Obviously, Stanford Dow, the most successful news trading team in crypto. Do I want to say it? Oh yeah, because do you think when Short Jiang was botting those pump and dump groups, you think he was taking wins right away? No, he was taking losses. The script wasn't working. His bot was buying seconds late, but now he's the top pump and dump botter in crypto. So you just gotta keep working, keep working. Oh, stepped on coyote. And do I want to say anything else? I talked about losing money in the last vlog. Or is it a raven? A little crow, right?
It won't focus. You lost your focus.
You didn't touch the screen, right? It's not an AF lock. It just takes a second. Okay. What's the time? 11?
12.
12. So, I mean, I guess I can keep it short.
Keep it short?
No, I'll keep going. Sounds like it's raining over there. This is the water. There's something where I talked about it in the last video, where losses, they don't feel good. Your serotonin level, which is your calming hormone, regulates your mood, emotions, appetite, everything drops. So you eat more, you eat less, depending on who you are. It's all crazy from taking these losses. So you don't want to take losses. You can avoid them. Small wins or staying out are better, especially in this market, than taking losses. Because a lot of times, what do you do when you take losses? You miss the next big trade, you miss the next news trade, you miss the next listing. Hash flow token opened to about 4 on Binance, down to 1, it's about 120 now. A wise friend named Dion said, don't trade new listings. These VC tokens, they're not worth it. He was right. Look at this puppy. So, taking losses is hard. Did you realize that losing like $200 emotionally, depending on what it is, like you lost your phone, that was a couple $100, or if it was an Apple, it was $1,000, is more just as devastating or more than losing $10,000 in a trade or whatever, 100,000. It's the way the human mind works. These hormones, we're animals, we're a bunch of chemicals put together, a bunch of atoms. So just psychologically, we deal with loss the same, whether it's the loss of a trade, the loss of a family member, the loss of a pet, the loss of a physical item, an object, possession. It's just the way we're wired. So you have to recondition that and say, like, I'm gonna push through all these losses and be like, it's nothing. It's very difficult to push through losses, but the champion traders are able to overcome their losses and keep working and keep driving. To succeed.
That's the big scary breed?
Yeah.
That little hippo?
Yeah. Well, he might be 100 pounds.
No, he
50
looks
kilograms.
heavy. Yeah. Look how it waddles.
At least 40 kilograms.
Look, there's all these bones all over the place.
Oh, you think they were his bones? Your bones?
Maybe.
Hi.
Hi, sweet boy. Hi. Hi. That's a 200-pound dog right there.
So, you have to fight through the losses to be successful. That's basically overcoming your mistakes will lead you to be a successful trader. Avoiding bad habits, avoiding repetition of bad habits, working on your good habits, and hard work. I've always said, people are like, oh, I wish I was rich. I wish I was rich. People say that all the time. Or isn't it, I wish I were rich. I always get the most common mistake in English. Nobody even knows. It's like an antidote thing. The were was subjunctive. It's like people always mix it up. It's one of those weird things. I'll never get it right.
What
So
you always
I
say?
wish I were rich. Even though 90% of the people are going to say I wish I was rich. Well, why aren't you rich? Because A, you're not working hard. You're stuck in a situation that affects your mood, low serotonin levels, low testosterone levels. You're focused on that dopamine hit repeatedly, that instant high from your video games, your food, whatever. Your paid people of the night or non-binary people of the night or day, depending on how addicted you are, or your sites, your orange and blacks, all these addictions.
TikTok.
So, if you really want to be rich, you got to be addicted to working towards success and being rich. And eventually you'll get 6, 7, whatever. Some people, being rich is 5 figures. But with crypto, it got him to be greedy and comfy, too comfy. Because 6 figures wasn't enough. They wanted 7 and they got wrecked in the bear market. Or they wanted 8 and they're stuck at 7 again.
Oh.
Or sit back to 6. That's it.
Thank God.
That's all I can say is you're not rich because you don't want it. People are like, I need to make $10,000 in the next 2 weeks. No, you don't. What happens if you don't? You're gonna be stuck on a beach in Mexico with a dildo up your rear end. No, that's not gonna happen.
7.
That's a need. If you don't make something happen, then you wind up dead from the cartel. That's a real threat, okay? But being rich isn't a need. It's a want for the majority of people. I mean, some people they can't physically function unless they're successful or rich. And if you want to be like that, then you'll work on it and be like that. But that's tough to change your whole mentality, change your way of life. Give up everything you know. Give up the feeling of grass. You forget what grass even looks like. You forget the seasons. So if you want to be rich, then you have to sacrifice.